Welcome. This video is about how to know the difference between the protection of love's truth and the confusion of fear's illusions. I'm Dr. Lynette and you're watching Wisdom's Peaceful Harmony. And if you want to be sure to be notified of future videos, subscribe and turn on your notification bell. So how can we know the difference between the truth that will protect us and illusions that make us fearful and vulnerable? What is the difference between truth and illusion? And it may seem like an obvious difference, but sometimes it's not. Illusions hide the fact that they are illusions. So in this video, first I'm going to provide an introduction to truth versus illusion. And then I'm going to give a list of signs and signals to help you determine if you're experiencing illusions that are based in fear or truths that are based in love. So love provides integrity, and its tool is truth. Arrogance and fear provide confusion, and their tool is illusion. Some people think that love and fear, truth and illusion can coexist, but fear and love are not compatible. Only one is real, and just like a lie is not a truth, the truth is not a lie. We must choose our beliefs wisely. Our beliefs determine our steps, and our beliefs determine our openness to truth and the degree of love's honest protection that we create for ourselves and for others. Now, when beliefs are limited, then they don't know the power that they have to create love's protection and health and peace. If you don't understand your own power, the power of your love, then you will seek out others who will claim that they can create protection and peace for you. And this can leave you very vulnerable and overly dependent. And often self-proclaimed saviors are seeking power rather than seeking to serve and promote peace. By creating or fulfilling people's illusion that these saviors have a special ability of power, that they can create this peace and this protection, they undercut people's sense of personal internal power, creating fear and furthering the desire for an external savior, furthering their control, the false savior's control over those people who are afraid. So people who are told that peace and love are goals that we have to look towards or work for can end up feeling fear, afraid we might not get there. Yet in our hearts, we have the power to already be peace and love for ourselves and for others. This true power of love is needed, so needed in our world. And when we put our heart's wisdom into our minds, our heart's wisdom into our minds, then we create the ability to let divine truth and infinite wisdom come to us. And anyone can do this if they want to. But if you look externally for love and peace while holding fear or a belief that your love's power is limited, you won't find protection, you won't find peace, and you won't find love. What irony. We don't experience love and peace because we look for them outside of ourselves. But they exist within us, and we experience them when we clear our minds of fear. Look past your ego and see the existence of spiritual peace and of real peace. See through loving eyes and respond with accurate love and act out this love in the world. So how can you tell the difference between truth and illusion? Well, I'm going to share a list of what people tend to experience when they encounter illusions and a list of what they experience when they encounter love's truths. You may think it would be obvious, but illusions are just that. They appear as though they are the obvious truth. And so you have to tune into your personal experience and understand the experience in order to know what is truth and what is illusion, what is supportive and protective of your peace and your love, and what is an illusion trying to destroy your peace, your love, and your power. So what are the signs that you are experiencing fear's destructive illusions? Well, fears react rather than respond, meaning fear doesn't have an internal locus of control. Fear does not have an internal operating system that creates a sense of self-control. As a result, the responsibility for internal control is rejected. And so then there's an illusion that the external must be controlled because the external is blamed for any feeling of a loss of control. The increase of fear, blame, and irresponsibility are just a few symptoms of illusions at work. When illusions are at work, blame, irresponsibility, fear are a few of the symptoms. And so there is the illusion that others must be to blame when there is a feeling of loss of control, blaming others as if this will help establish a sense of control. But of course, blame brings a further sense of a loss of control because blaming says that someone else or something else is in control of your peace and of your love. Fear can create the illusion of being helpless. And fear's illusions allow for the belief that cruelty is a solution or that cruelty can create protection. That's a lie. Fear refuses to accept the relationships as they truly are, the truth that all life is interdependent, and that openness to truth and compassion is protective. Fear creates the illusion of separation or of us versus them. Pride and arrogance are disguises for fear, offering fuel to more fear. Pride and arrogance fuel fear. We each decide how much of that toxic fuel to take in, but neither pride, arrogance, or fear have the capacity to provide truth or protection. So fear holds the illusion that the life of whoever it is against is not deserving of love and care. That limits your ability to love and care, limits your power. Fear doesn't see that each life is made of divine love. Without love's power, something else must be created, a false power. And that equals the illusion of power. False power is never enough. It must always try harder and push harder to be known and to be seen, and is always falling short and it falls short of creating any kind of a lesser anxiety. It keeps trying to push harder, and in pushing harder to create what it lies to say it will create, it creates more stress and it creates more fear. Illusions fuel attempts to create what can never be created. But we don't fuel or we don't invest our energy in fear when we stop illusions from deceiving us. So it's so important to know the difference. Fearful beliefs blind a person from understanding that the power of infinite love is within oneself. And this blindness makes a person ignorant of love's already existing peace and power within. So how can we know what is true and what is made of love's protection? Well, love dissolves the sense of fear. While concerns may be present, using loving solutions doesn't create fear. It creates confidence despite true concerns and true discomfort. There is trust that action is most powerful in the form of service and humility, physical and emotional safety, in the form of peaceful actions, in the form of compassion, love. Love's true solutions allow for peaceful cooperation while protecting from toxic exchange. Truth contains love and creates freedom, the freedom to offer compassion, peace, and service to all, not just to those who seem deserving. This power of love without judgment is the power of divine truth. It creates a sense of confidence, not a sense of fear or angst against others. This power in action seeks to humbly understand the experience of another and to serve according to the other's experience. Illusions cannot create that kind of power. Only love can. Illusions can't create a wisdom. Only love can. Love's truth has infinite resources, meaning that when it's used, it grows and it cannot deplete itself. It is a power that is always available for internal and external action. It gives thoughts of courage, humility, love, and peace of mind. And from these thoughts, the heart experiences the emotions of connection and respect for oneself and for all others. From this comes powerful, really powerful action. Love knows the truth and feels it through a lens of compassion and courage. The world is seen through the eyes of compassion and courage. Love responds with laser accuracy. This is because love is wiser than fear. And so truth uses love to inform the mind of how to clearly and accurately interpret the world. Truth declares that strength is powered by the connective tissue of interdependency, compassion, and empathy. The truth that we are strong when we acknowledge that what we do to any other life, we do to ourselves. Each being is and has all the ingredients of love and will never be loved for anything else. The truth declares that each life is a necessary part of all. It trusts that the peaceful summation of all lives together become joy and love and eventually eliminate any need for protection, creating unity of all as one. In truth, even though short-sighted human eyes cannot see peace, the heart filled with love's truth can confidently know internally the peace and unity that is always unfolding. Love's truth exposes the power of unity, the unity that we are all, each of us, embedded into. We have access to this power. And in the fullness of truth that is beyond our brain's understanding, we find our heart's joy, love, fulfillment. These are in our hearts. No one can take this away. Sometimes we lose sight of it because we might get distracted by an illusion, and sometimes we forget the truth, and that's normal. When that happens, return to the truth and know that love's divine truth is the lifeblood to all life, giving us the peaceful power to fulfill all loving desires and intentions. If you liked this video, please click on the like button and subscribe and turn on your notification bell if you'd like to see more videos about love's power, nature, relationships, and communication skills. It is free to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Welcome.